What are the best hi-fi streamers of the year? Find out after a message from our sponsor, MPB.
The power to tell a story is in us all. The power to change the way we feel, our understanding. Change the rules, how we see ourselves. Provoke. Change history. Together, let's change the bigger picture. Change access. Put camera gear in more hands. And keep the story going. Buy, sell, and trade used camera gear. MPB.
Thanks to MPB for sponsoring the podcast. And joining me is hi-fi editor Ed Selley. Ed, let's take a look at one of the areas of the hi-fi market that has exploded in the last 24 months. And there's been some absolutely amazing products launched this year that kind of says to manufacturers, you're really going to have to up your game now because, the bar has been set pretty high in this category of hi-fi streamers.
Yes, and do you want to know if you wanted an indicator, one sort of marker as to just how much this category is evolving in ways that we didn't expect? 2 out of 3 of the products that win awards in our streaming category have phono stages, which is an indicator that we haven't finished the state of upheaval in two-channel audio yet. In fact, I suspect we're only just getting started. And one of the drivers for that is our best affordable streamer winner, WIM. They are 2 award ceremonies in now and doing rather well for themselves out of it. We only looked at the Ultra this year. Actually, no, we looked at the Winamp as well, which that we counted that as an all-in-one system because it is. So that will be dealt with at a different time. So they got 2 awards this year. The Ultra takes the Affordable Streamer Award. As noted, describing it as a streamer is an understatement. Yes, it's a bloody brilliant streamer, but it's got digital inputs, analog inputs. It's got a phono stage. I tested it with turntables. It works a charm. It's a tremendously clever piece of equipment. It brings affordable EQ in as well. It literally you could not realistically ask for it to do any more than it does. It is a tremendously well specified and accomplished piece of equipment. In terms of absolute performance, accessing a network library, unique to me. I seem to have some hang-ups over the WIM app that don't seem to be shared by lots of people. I still don't particularly enjoy browsing a large library on it, but I'm betting by the time I'm doing it this time next year, they'll have corrected that with bells on. So, this is the thing. It's a constant state of upheaval for them. And nothing that I tested under £1,000 can legitimately hold a candle to what the WIM Ultra does. Above £1,000, the Cambridge Audio EXN 100 gets best mid-price. And as we discussed in a different section with the amplifiers, you can legitimately argue that it does too much when partnered with the matching EXA 100 amplifier. But that's not what Cambridge Audio is thinking. I've done a lot of testing with the EXN 100 with just a power amp connected to the bottom of it via XLRs. It has my television going into it. It's a streamer. And if you don't have any idiotic ideas around vinyl, which, even though I love the stuff, I think is a legitimate place to be, it's a perfect digital front end. And what means that it got the award over some other very talented products is it's just such a joy to use. That really excellent HDMI ARC implementation that I mentioned on the amplifier is present here as well. Stream Magic, the streaming app, they've been evolving that for years and years and years. It's just a pleasure to use in a way that some of the more complicated streaming apps are not. As a device which I would be comfortable with people spending years with, the Cambridge Audio is the one that really stood out. And that's why it got the award in its category over and above some notionally more sophisticated competition that we looked at over the course of the year. It's this attention to detail, strength and depth, and the fact that it sounds absolutely outstanding that meant that it got that award. We then moved back into the streamers with ambition, our high-end streamer, the NAD M66. Describing it as a streamer undersells it, really. It's a fully functional preamplifier with Dirac bass management. It's got HDMI ARC. Of course, it's got HDMI ARC. It's got digital inputs. You can then turn everything off and run it as an analog preamp. It's got a moving magnet and a moving coil phono stage. It took days to write the specification section for the review. And the thing is, it does all of that, but it is an absolute joy to use. All of the functionality works. It works perfectly. It works every time. It goes back to that point of asking nothing of you whilst being brilliant. And that is what garnered the fact that it is both our high-end streamer and our product of the year. It is a product that manages to look forward and do things that genuinely take hi-fi into new categories, two-channel into two new categories, I should say, but it does it while still looking, sounding, and feeling utterly brilliant at the same time. There's very little that I've tested in the last 10 years which felt both as revolutionary and well sorted as the M66 did.